Does anybody else have serious FOMO when it comes to selling cards? Whether it's, hey, is now the right time to sell? Is this the right price point to sell? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? You tell me. My guess is as good as yours on most cards, right? Hi, my name is Sam with Loomis Card Craze, where I buy, sell, and trade Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and any other cards you can think about. It's something I enjoy doing, and I've been doing for the past 2 to 3 years from my basement. As you can see, I did a little bit of remodeling in the back there, uh, so it's a little bit different background today. Anywho, this video is going to focus on your inventory and your investments of when do you know it's time to sell. 151 is a great example right now in the current market. The Charizard EX 199 of 165 was $220 not even 30 days ago. It is now rapidly approaching $500. Now, is the card going to continue to go up? Nobody really knows. It's gotten bought out several times. If you look at the purchase history on eBay or even TCG Player, you can see there's days where there was 20 sales this past weekend. The card is dwindling fast in quantity. So the question is now time to sell or is now time to buy? Even with its crazy price points, right? That's something that I take into account every day with my investments, whether it's sealed, whether it's singles. I know I got on here last video and talked about how many 151 singles I have. I currently sitting on 5 of those Charizards right now. My purchase price point, my average was around $180, some lower, some higher, depending on when I bought in, right? So if I was to sell, let's just say 2 of them right now, I would double my money on those cards. I currently have 2 of those cards listed on TCG Player for $500. Now, whether or not they'll sell, I don't know. But if you think about it, I sell those 2 cards. The rest of my Charizard inventory is pretty much free money, right? I've almost paid off everything I put into the Charizards. So now I can sit and watch them go up. I could sell them down the road if it stops, if it levels off, if it starts to drop a little bit. So it's being able to determine what are those price points for you and for your business where you can say, hey, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to sell this card. But when something's running, it's so hard to know when to get out. You don't want to be the guy left holding the bag, right? Of, okay, you missed it and they're now down $50, $100 from where they were. Another great example that I use, and I was talking to a buddy about today, was sports cards, especially with numbered parallels and numbered cards in that world. If you have a card that has no comps or something that hasn't sold before, you know where you purchased it at. Let's just say you pulled it, you purchased it at a card show, whatever that looks like, and there's no electronic comps of that card. How do you know when the time to sell? Is it 50% profit? Is it 100% profit? Is it break even? It's so hard to gauge a lot of these pieces in this market of when should I sell something or when should I keep it? And I think that's part of what brings out the joy and excitement within my brain is I enjoy making those analytical decisions, being able to see the analytics that kind of go into the thought process. And okay, I spent $150 on it here, but I think based on market trends, it's going to go to X, Y, and Z. Another great example is Destined Rivals booster boxes. I bought a couple when they were $1,800 for the cases. And now the cases are, I think they've dropped a little bit, right? They're back to $3,200, but not even 30 days ago, the cases were selling for almost $4,000. So when you start looking at from that aspect, if you were looking for the quick flip of Destined Rivals, you're now $900 less than you were 30 days ago. So where's that structure? Where do you determine the high point of, okay, I should sell it here, I should keep it here? There's really no right answer when you start getting into this. A lot of it is quite simply a guessing game. And if anybody out there can tell you that they can guess the highs and lows, don't believe them. Tell them they should go play the stock market if they can successfully guess the highs and lows of every card, right? Nobody has that ability. So as we use analytical data and historical data to tell us, hey, it's probably going to go higher, it's probably going to go lower. We don't know what it's going to look like, right? So being able to take the emotions out of it and make the rational decision of, hey, I let's just say the Charizards, right? I'll circle back to that. Right now, I'm almost 100% profit on the cards, right? So if I was to sell it, I'd have $200 where I could essentially spend on whatever I want, and then the 150 I spent on the card could go back into the business for like another 151 or whatever that piece looks like, right? So I could take that $200 profit and let's just say buy an Ascended Heroes ETB, because it's not money I was expecting. It's money that can get funneled back into an investment, into additional inventory for the store. Being able to make those decisions of, okay, is an Ascended Hero Elite Trainer box going to go up higher and faster than this Charizard? I couldn't tell you, right? And I don't think you could tell me either, because nobody knows when Ascended Heroes is going to run. Nobody knows if the Charizard's going to continue to run. We both know they're going to happen, right? Both Charizard and the Ascended Heroes will eventually make another run. It just, who knows the timetable? I could take all of my Charizards, put it all into Ascended Heroes, and Ascended Heroes could sit for a year and a half till it runs. I could put it all into Ascended Heroes, and Ascended Heroes runs next week. Nobody really knows that timeline and what that looks like. So as you're making these decisions for your business, I would encourage you to take a step back and say, okay, if I sell this, I could get greater rate of return in another product, or I truly believe in this product and what it's going to provide. I'm going to wait for the rate of return. It's the same thing with any basic card in your store, right? Any single that you're looking to sell. Okay, you may take a $5, $10 loss on a card, but if you've been sitting on that card for 6 months, is it time to put that into other inventory? Now, again, circling back to a video we did the other day, I don't necessarily believe in dead inventory. Everyone says it, I don't believe in dead inventory. All inventory serves a purpose. It all depends on what you're looking to do. If you're looking to grow at that moment, or if you think that card has its intrinsic value, that it'll get to your price point that you need it to be. It all depends on how fast you want to move the inventory and what you're looking to accomplish. Last point I want to hit on in this video is Black Bolt, White Flare, Mega Evolutions, and Phantasmal Flames. I think the question here is, as we all talk about when to sell, are those going to be short printed? We all know they're focusing heavily on Prismatic Evolutions, and they have for the past year, printing that into the ground, even though the price continues to run. And now with Ascended Heroes and the price point at where it's at, are they going to switch printing to Ascended Heroes? Nobody knows that answer, right, other than Pokemon Center. So it's kind of rhetorical, but if they, in theory, if they move it to Ascended Heroes and they print it the way that they've printed Prismatic Evolutions, you could see a very high chance of Black Bolt, White Flare, Phantasmal, and Mega being short printed. Now, we all use short printed loosely, right? Because nobody really knows what the production value is or any of those pieces. However, we have to look at the larger scale of they're all on the same rotation. They're all going to go out of print at the same exact time, Prismatic and Ascended Heroes. So where does that leave everything in the middle? That's a great question. Well, if you've liked the video, I would encourage you to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Any little bit helps, right? Getting my content out to other folks, getting the channel to grow. It's all greatly appreciated. And as always, my eBay TCG Player link, affiliate links are in the description. If you're looking to do some shopping, again, any little bit helps. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you in the next video.